Hi there, it's Orc Tim, and today I'm going to talk about Warhammer Underworld. I'm not going to go to talk about the game itself because it's been out for a while and it's quite a well-known name. I'm just going to go through about the tournaments I did over the weekend. I did one on Friday night, that was the Bugman skirmish, and I did one on Saturday, and I did I think the Warlord Championship, or you can call it Grand Class, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to go through about my deck, the warband I took. I'll go through each card, why I took it, how well it did, and would I keep it, keep in the deck or get rid of it or swap it for something else down the line. So that's a little brief of it. I hope you enjoy it, and sit back and enjoy. Right, this is Morgorn Crushers. This is the warband I took. Firstly, they are three 5 wound mode giant big orcs. They're, if you know Warhammer Underworld, you know who they are, and also you know me in the community. You know I'm going to take, mostly will take these. I mostly play Iron Skull Boys. They are a worse a warband than these. These are A tier, they are D tier. So these are the first time I took something else to a tournament instead of Iron Skull Boys, and you can I'll go through my positions in for both the games. So I do like them. They're still green skins. I like them. They did really well. I think I did pretty well in both games. I'm quite happy how well I played and the warband played, and I definitely will play them again without a doubt. So I'm going to start with the objective cards, and so let's get right into it. So these are my 6 surges I took for my objective. You have got No Remorse, Mighty of the Auric, Strong Start, Now What, Ransom Fate, and Got It Boss. I've kind of went aggro and a little bit objective for my objective cards. So I got 3 plastic cards or objective card, 2 ones, so I don't need to hit the enemy or do anything to make a difference to killing an enemy, and I got 3 that I need to by killing or do damage at least. Next up from the bottom, I have got It Boss. It's really straightforward. If you know this card, is hold a objective in the enemy's terrain, and that is it. I mostly scored this in nearly every game. I think about 1 or 2 games I threw it away, but otherwise I scored it nearly every time. It was I really would never take this again. It was really useful, and if I couldn't hit someone and charge something, I could just move on to objective to get 1 or easy glory. So I 100% would take this again. Ransom Fate. Scored this if you immediately if you please throw 3 dice in attack or defense, and each symbol is different. I really like this card, definitely for this warband. Thug starts with 3 dice when attacking, and the other 2 do when they're inspired. So the whole warband can roll 3 dice when attacking, but with extra dice, a lot of them can roll 3 dice still. I like this card because if I still miss the attack and do no damage, if all the dice is different, I still can score this. Like, I know Thug ran in, got a hammer, a double support and a single support, so he missed his attack. I still scored this, and I still got 1 glory. So that missed attack wasn't a epic fail. It was just, okay, I still got the glory train going. So this is why I do like it. It did pay it off. I nearly scored this in every game. I think set 1 my opponent. I kept not drawing it out, or was right at the bottom of my deck. So you can't pan for that. Now what is hold 2 objectives, and that's it. This one I scored only a few times. If I ditch any other cards, if I'm this lot, I will do this one first. I threw it away more than I scored it, so I definitely will change it next tournament without a doubt. It didn't pay off as much, so I will definitely get rid of it. So that's the one I will definitely change in the future. Strong Start. Strong start is really easy. Scored immediately if you take an enemy. If you took enemy fighter, and that was the first person went out in that round, So my guys have 5 wounds. They're not going to go. Not likely going to. One of them going to die first. And first is more likely if I against a small warband with 4 wounds or less. I'm definitely going to score this when I bring this one out. I scored it nearly every time. I think about again 1 or 2 times I didn't score it, but definitely with some warbands ran up, smacked them, killed guy, scored that, then scored this. That's 2 glory. It did really paid off. I do like that card. I like that card when it originally came out. I still do. Mighty Vorik, scored immediately when I characteristic of 4 more was successful. Really quite straightforward. If I got great strength and put on someone, or with hard skull ability +1 damage, can score this. So yeah, it really paid off. It did kicked off sometimes, but sometimes it didn't if I didn't have the right upgrade. So I might change it over time if it was a better one, but it wasn't too bad. I did think it was way better now. I will still keep deck, but always, yeah. And the last one is no more. This one I did score quite a lot, more often I thought. Definitely with hard skull with his ability +2 damage, or +1 damage for war counters. So if I charge someone, let's say he's doing 3 damage and they have 3 wounds, so I spend 1 wow token to do 1 extra damage to score this, and that's what I did a lot of the time. Or sometimes I ran in, Thug did a damage to someone had 2 wounds or 1 wound left, and then hard skull and my leader Morgoth ran in and smacked him and killed him and scored this like this. So this one I did score a lot more often than I thought I did, so I really did like this one a lot more, so I definitely would keep this one. So generally these 4 I will definitely keep next tournament. Now what, and Mighty Vorik, I might look into some other cards and change it, but now what I would definitely change with 100%, without a doubt. Right, I had 5 end phase cards and 1 end phase 3 cards ejected. There are Proper Rumble, a bunch of aggressive, good day's work, great gains, making a statement, and Conquest. Conquest is my only 3rd end phase card. It's very straightforward. Someone needs to be at the end of 3rd outright facing. I need 1 of my models in his terrain, and that's it. Really good card, a really good easy 2 glory at the end phase for Crushers. Yeah, I do recommend, if you can play Crushers, take it. It's not that hard. It's a 2 glory card as well. I recommend it definitely for these guys. If you don't, to me, I think you don't, it's a bit silly really. Definitely take this one 100%, without doubt. Making a statement, it's hold 1 objective in enemy terrain. If you hold all objectives in enemy terrain, with the new format with the gloom hexes, this one now scoring this one so easy. I can see this card getting restricted very soon, more likely, and I do recommend, if you're playing this system that's no restricted cards, you can score this so easy, and that's 3 glory. Definitely, if you go 2nd and you put an ejected card quite close, you can, what I mostly do is draw 1 card, they went, and then my last go, if I had this in my starting hand, into the charge and I went on to objectives, and no distraction anymore, I scored this, and it really did paid off. I scored it a lot of times. Only couple of times when I had it, I ditched it because I need to go on a more attack mode, or would die, or certain characters would die. But otherwise, I genuinely did score it. Great gains is really good. I do like this card. It's fishy. When you scored 5 glory in 1 phase, you then score this one. It really does pay off when you kill a couple of people, score a couple surges, and maybe got 1 or 2 end phase cards scored, and you can score this. It's like, I think one round I killed one person, got a strong start, scored, making a statement, and then got great gains thanks to it, because I scored more than 5, and that'd be at least 7 in that round, and that's pretty good. But sometimes I did ditch it because they did block up my hand when it clogged my hand in 1 or 2 games, but generally he didn't. Proper Womble, its scored as if 4 more fighters have taken action or a wound token. This one is, I think, out of all of them, mine is Conquest, scored every game. Definitely, if I draw this in 2nd round, it was nearly 100% score this. It's worth 1 glory and a steal, but I did like this, and that one I would 100% take, like Conquerors again, without a doubt. That one, and I think it was nearly like 90% I scored that. I think only once I ditched it, because it was, I think out of all the games I did, maybe 2, but for the whole 2 days. So to me, that was worth it. This one is, but this one, on the other hand, that's next to it, it's scored as if you have more surviving enemies than friendly fighters. Sorry, scored as in the end phase if there are more surviving friendly fighters than surviving enemy fighters. That one, I think I will change. Definitely, I ditched that one majority of the time. If I was playing against a warband with like 3 or 4, and I did really well, that's the time I scored this one. But anybody would generally have a lot more warband, more models in the warband, and not an objective, or if I took a lot of damage and took 1 or 2 guys out, and my guys went out, I never scored this one. This one I definitely will replace 100% time. I don't think it's worth it. I ditched that one more often than anything else. So that, to me, is not a good card. And then the last one is Good Day's Work. This one really good. It's 50 scored as an end phase, and more enemy fighters are out action and survive a friendly fighter. This one, I think I scored at least 75 to 80% of the time. It's worth 2 glory if I kill more of their guys, and most of the time I played against people with lower war bands. So if someone had 3 models, I need to kill 2, score that. Someone had 4, and he made they again score 3, and that's mostly what I did, is played warband 4 or 3 really, all most of the time, and killing 3 or 2 was quite easy. So definitely 2nd or 3rd round, that kept popping up. I think it's only once I had in my with the new system with you can ditch your starter hand and reshuffle. I think it's only once I had in my starter hand and ditched it. Maybe only once between all I say 8 games. But generally, I scored it a lot of the time, and I really do like that, and it does suit them really well. And definitely keep this one again, and it's worth 2 glory. I do like it. So that is my objectives. So next I will go on upgrades. So hold on. Right, hopefully I said upgrade next, but I had like a 5 minutes break and I forgot. So here's upgrades. I chose 4 from their own deck, and the rest. So then 7 from this set. The 4 that's from the Crushers deck is Brutal Charge, Seeking Hatred, Keen Chopper, and Immune to Pain. Brutal Charge, and then the other 2 are weapons, upgrade weapons I chose. So it was Guardian Glaze and Dark Darts. Brutal Charge, don't leave your house without this one if you play this warband with 100%. When you charge, hammers and swords counts as successful. This is brutal. This is so nasty. If I stuck this on hard score, my leader, when I charged in, I mostly killed the person, definitely with 2 hits. Oh, now you need a crit to defense roll. No, you're dead. that's like 3, 4, 5, whatever damage. That was brutal, and I'm never going to get with this card. I'm amazed this card is not restricted yet because it's that good. Seeking Hatred, this is only Thug's card. I really do like this one. This really paid off sometimes. Firstly, because most people I played had at least 4 wounds, and you can reroll any number of attack dice in the attack roll for this fighter attack action that targets a characteristic with wounds of 4 or more. Nearly all warbands I faced had 4 or more, and that's it. Definitely when you use this with his ability, when you use his wild counters to roll extra dice, so you can roll 5. I think I rolled a 5, 2 was a hit, 1 was a hit, and then reroll all 4, and then after that I got another hit, another crit, so reroll all dice. And if you put a great strength or another strength ability card with him, he makes him strength 3, he can start killing people quite well with 3 wounds. So I do really like this card as well. It's only for Thug, sadly, but I definitely will keep this. Definitely, it just makes him more menacing with extra dice with reroll. All his dice rerolls with that many. And then next one's again Keen Chopper. It is only for your medium Morgoth, and he gets range 1s and weapons with cleave. I'm a big fan with cleave and ensnare. Some people hate it. Ability, but to me, if you roll 5 dice and you only hit once with cleave or snare, it still means that they're only they need at least a crit to defend yourself, so you got more chance. So my opinion is cleave and snare is such a big thing. I think it's so good. Some people disagree, say no, they prefer more dice. But I think cleave and ensnare is better than have more dice sometimes. Definitely. It's a shame only for the leader, and the Iron Skull Boys card, they got one very similar, but it's for Gersak and Bone Cutter, and they both can have, either one can cleave, and it's, I think, again only range 1, but with 2 guys out of 4 at the warband, and one of them does get cleave, is rolls a crit anyway, so it's a bit disappointing. I wish it could be for maybe one other, but I understand why they've done this, because he's only one that had like a knife. The other 2 has more like a blunt weapon. But the worst thing is, the time this I kept getting it, I was against warbands with dodges, not needed dodges, not shields. And then every time I kept against shield guys, I never had this came up, so it was quite funny. So I can't really say I hate it or like it, because I never drawed it at the right moment, but I liked it in the deck still, and I will keep it. Immune with Pain, 100% going to keep it in. It reduces the damage characteristics by 1. This is a pain ass card. People hate this one, and it's generally one of the better ones out there, without a doubt. To my opinion, I'm not going to swap it. I'm not going to change it. It's so good. Garden Glaze, I like this one because it's a range 2 weapon, 2 damage, 2 hammers. And if you're on the objective, you can reroll all your dice. This is paid off a couple times when someone was in 2. I went first, and I go, I just hit you with this weapon. Do 2 damage. There we go. Push you back a bit more. It was annoying. So I didn't need to be in base contact with you. Or someone charged in, knocked me back. I put this on one of my guys, and I can then poke you away, and then maybe poke you one, then, excuse me, charge in, and then kill them outright. So it had methods, and I do like range 2 weapons. Dart. It was only my last last person I played against. I used this. It did damage because it got clean, but it didn't really came up that much, or even needed it. So to me, this one I will think long or hard if it was useful or not. Should I replace it? I don't know. That is a big question for this card. So this one at the moment is a giant maybe. So, officially, generally at the moment I'll keep generally all these cards, but I don't know about Dark Dice. So that was 6 of my seven, and just hold on, I need to find the... No, I realise I can't count. So I have 5, so 6. So I have 11 upgrades and 11 employees. I do not like the 2020. I like the X1. These 1X1. I think it does make a difference in it in the deck, and definitely for my opinion. So right, these are my last ones. I got Great Fortitude, Fight Ferocity, Great Strength, Potion of Grace, and Great Speed. I'm going to start with Great Speed. Great Speed was really good early stages. If I had this in my hand and one guy was like 1 away to charge, if I managed to get 1 X glory of killing someone or getting 8 easy upgrades, putting someone on this so they can move 4 instead of 3, did annoy a lot of the players I was against, and it means they have to thought carefully. Okay, now he can charge this guy and this guy now instead of doing nothing. So this was a really good starting off card, but like second or third round didn't really need it, or in general, so it was just throw away in the deck. So, but I think I would definitely keep it because it was that really good. Potion of Grace. Mostly I did ditch this one repeatedly. This one is a reaction after the fight is gained, 1 move token, discard and move the token. But with couple times it did paid off to like run away, stand on objective, scored objective, like got it boss, ditched it at the same time, and then I'm further away to do, they're not be able to do something, don't know what to do, draw cards, then I can run back in or out. Like I ran away against an opponent to keep one of my guys alive, and then at the end I ran back into his territory onto objective, charge someone, kill someone, got conquest and something else. So I think doing that, keeping a guy alive and scoring like 4 glory at the end of my last go on turn 3. So this one I will hard think about it what to do. So yeah, so this one I will be in and R in about. Great Fortitude, really straightforward, +1 wound. It's really annoying when you put this one next to immune to pain. So basically, someone with one of my guys could be 6 wounds, immune to pain, so reduce the damage, and it really makes some people frustrated and goes, oh, I can't kill him, I need to do this and this and this to make a difference. So it just people hesitated, maybe go for the kill or something. But the default is, when putting this on one of my guys, if they die, they get 2 glory instead of 1. Great Strength, +1 damage to range 1 or 2. Nobody leaves the house with it. If you choose this stick, I think everyone will have it. It's the #1 card everybody takes without a doubt. If you don't, I don't know why. What are you doing? And Ferocity, +1 damage on a crit. This is to do with all range, because this is what I like, because it's good for throwing weapon. Because I had throwing weapons, so with all range, with everything. Thinking about it, I think I will definitely change this one change this one out for Glory Seeker, because Glory Seeker does the same thing, but only with characteristics for 4 more. And playing with looking at every warband, nearly everybody had warbands with rigidity with 4 wounds and more. So it was this one or Glory Seeker, and I still R&R because more dice is really good. Glory Seeker is just basic, but I'll wait and see really. But that is my upgrades. I think these ones I need to think about and maybe change it, or go through and play some more games before changing my them around. But there go on my ploys. So I have 5 ploys that were from the Crushers deck. You got Brutal Repent, Berserk Fortitude, Brutal Attack, Wild Energy, and Edge Advance. Officially, it's on Edge Advance is a push card, so you push one of your guys, you get wild counter. So simple, so easy. Take it. don't not take it. Wild Energy. Some people don't like this one, but I really do. It is a luck on the dice. You need roll a magic dice every lightning. You roll for each guy, you get 1 wild counter. I have used this when I've rolled nothing. Then I've rolled when all 3 guys have a wild counter, and then I have this in my hands. Then I can push, like say Hearths go up. Now he's inspired. He charges in, kills an enemy target. I have done that. So I really do like it. Some people don't like it because it dice depended on it, but I do generally always will take it. Brutal Attack, +1 dice, and you get 1 extra wild counter when you charge, so you generally get 2. So if that was your first charge of the day, you will aspire as quickly. So that one is no hard-brainer, and it's +1 dice, and it has no range of defaults on it, so you can do it range 3 weapons, range 2, or whatever. Brutal Fortitude is you spend as a reaction, you'll spend wild counters to reduce your enemy's opponent damage by how many wild counters you use. Don't leave your house without that one. It's fantastic, but it's so annoying to your component and your person you're playing against a lot of the time. So it can keep someone alive so much, and then you got another chance of them run beside them or do another attack. And Brutal Repent is 50. My turn. You hit me, I take damage, and just pushing me back, I stay there, and then I attack you back, and I can 50 maybe damage you or kill you. And if I damage you, kill you, that in your phase, I have now that Uruk able to charge, move, or he's already charged, done damage to you, killed you, and now he killed one of your best guys out, and so it does pay off. These 5 cards I will always keep. These I think mostly generally always been my deck, and not going to replace them. They're that straightforward. They're fantastic. They're good. They're not going nowhere. And these are my other 6. Right, I've got Mirror Move, Department Effort, Commander Strike, Inspired Attack, Counter Charge, and Healing Potion. Healing Potion, rolled up, hit a defense dies on a shield and crit, you roll 2, otherwise heal 1. Brilliant, kept most of my guys alive for a little bit longer to be annoying. Love it. Very straightforward. Counter Charge, if he charges in, I can move someone a bit. The main reason I had this to push on base contact with them. It also means I can move someone a bit closer or someone in a better position. This is the reason why I took this card, just more extra movement at better positions. That's the main reason, and with able to push one of you guys up to 3 hexes to adjacent to any fighter, it would make a lot of difference. That's why I do like it. Inspired Attack, this is a really good one. +1 dice, +1 damage. It's not hard why you don't take, but have Inspired. My guys Spy, I would say semi quite easy. For X dice and X damage does make a lot of difference. You can kill people so quickly. Commander Strike. Commander Strike is another push card only for your leader, and he can move up 3, but he has to end on a starting hex. Really good. So I can have this card, move him up into someone's terrain if they're hiding in the back, then charge someone and able to kill them. This is not a hard brainer what I want this one for. It's a really good card. Dependent effort is just +1 dice. That's it. Nothing whoopie-doo, nothing that good. That one I could play some Trialphas, but I really did like that one, did really handy. And I think the worst card I think out of the boys is Mirror Move. I thought that'd be really useful. I think all my games, I think between both days, I think I used it 2, maybe 3. I mostly chucked it away a lot of the time because it was so pointless. One time I knew was against a mirror match with the Crushers, and he had a push card and I used it, and that's it. And one other person, I think, was someone who used the Great Stomped, and another push card, and I think I used it then. Otherwise, I think that card would go in the bin. I think I'd definitely replace it. I might replace it with something else. I don't know, because there's so many good choices out there, but I took it for it'd be really useful, but it wasn't. It was not as good. I was quite shocked. So that card, definitely in the next tournament or something, I will definitely place in training place with that someone. So yeah, I was a bit disappointed, but oh well. But that's all my ploys. If you've got any other questions, do say below in the comments. But that is generally my deck. And I was very happy about it. So let's move up here. But yeah, I generally do think it went well. There was a couple of cards that will change. I think the one I will look at mostly is my objectives. I think I want more placid cards I would take instead. And I think I've got a couple in my mind. I think I will place and realise, no, that's quite good. No, that's quite good. No, that's quite good, and change it out. But until I start playing, when it comes to more tournaments, or when I play in person or over webcam games, until I get more practice with them. But I can't really tell, but I can say I'm definitely going to take it. I knew there was a lot of Crushers players there, but I'm going to take orcs most of the time. My name's Jenny. The name gives it away why I took them, and I won't really play swap them out. I might play Mad Mob maybe down the line, but I generally I think I do enjoy the Crushers, and hopefully I got something in play. Grab one of the models. They're not done, but I have converting 3 trolls into the Crusher warband. This is going to be hard skull. They're not done. Hopefully they will be done in the future, and I can't wait to finish them off. They do look good, and you can tell who's who quite well. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this wasn't too bad. Please let me know again in the comments if you want any questions about my deck as well. Comment. Again, subscribe and like, and I will see you again. Many thanks.